Hello BA Part 3 students. Today we shall discuss the first dramatic monologue prescribed for your course in the first paper of English literature, that is English poetry and drama. First I shall tell you certain important facts about the monologue, then we shall define the monologue, and then we shall do a bit of an analysis. I have divided this discussion in two parts. In the second part, you will get to hear about the themes and the character of the Duke, who is the main protagonist of this dramatic monologue. So please watch both the videos together, part 1 and part 2, so that you will have a good idea about what a dramatic monologue is and what are the features that you can identify in a dramatic monologue and what is the summary and other important aspects of this poem by Robert Browning. Well, before I go any further, I have compiled some facts. These facts will be helpful for you to answer the 1-mark questions of your annual exam. So, first see the important facts, and the important facts are that My Last Duchess, this poem by Robert Browning, is the story of a duke whose name is Alfonso, who lived in Italy in the 16th century. So Alfonso, or the Duke, is the main character of this dramatic monologue. Alfonso is the main speaker in the poem. He is also the Duke of Ferrara. His wife, the Duchess, who is dead. The title of the poem says My Last Duchess, which implies that this Duchess is no more. So his wife, the Duchess, is dead, and the Duke wants to remarry, and so he is talking about the character of his dead wife, the last Duchess. Now, whom is he giving this information to? He is talking to the ambassador who has come with a marriage proposal for the Duke. So the Duke of Ferrara wants to marry again, and he is talking to the ambassador who has brought a new marriage proposal for him, and he is talking about his dead wife or the last Duchess. This dramatic monologue has been written in rhyming couplets, and the rhyming pattern is AA, BB, CC and DD. You pick up the lines from the text and you will see that this is the rhyming pattern. Now, though I have made a video specifically on a dramatic monologue, you can look up the video on YouTube, but let us briefly revise what is a dramatic monologue and what are its features. The dramatic monologue is a poem in the form of a speech or narrative by an imaginary person. In this case, this imaginary person is the Duke of Ferrara, in which the speaker reveals important qualities of his/her personality while describing a particular situation or events. So when we analyze the poem, we will see how the Duke of Ferrara or the Duke reveals not only the character of his wife, the Duchess, but also his own character. In a dramatic monologue, there is always one speaker and an implied listener. Now, who is the listener in My Last Duchess? The listener in My Last Duchess is the ambassador who has brought the marriage proposal, and we as readers are also the listeners. So we are indirect or implied listeners in this dramatic monologue. So, in a dramatic monologue, there is always one speaker and an implied listener, along with the reader who is listening or reading what is being said. Another interesting point is the listener never speaks or responds. The listener, he will never say or question anything, he will only listen. The character of the speaker can easily be understood by the words that the speaker uses. So, words are very important in our conversation, and especially in a poem, they hold a lot of value. So, the words that the speaker is using will determine what kind of a person is. And his tone or his attitude towards a particular situation will also show whether he is an optimistic person or a negative person, or he's a murderer or he's a generous person, etc. So, the speaker uses the tone or incident that he's describing. In this way, the speaker unknowingly reveals important qualities of his own personality by his speech. And the last but the another important fact is the monologue is often set at an important stage in the speaker's life. So, what is the important stage in the Duke's life? He is thinking about remarriage and he is telling the ambassador his conditions for remarriage. Now, let us look at the summary of the My Last Duchess first. So, My Last Duchess is a dramatic monologue written by the Victorian poet Robert Browning in 1842. Please remember, children, that though the Duke and his character and this incident has been picked up from the times of Renaissance Italy in the 16th century, Victorian poets were particularly interested in the Renaissance and its consequences. So, though Robert Browning is a Victorian poet, he has picked up a context from the Renaissance. In this poem, the Duke of Ferrara uses a painting of his former wife to describe her to the ambassador who has come with a new marriage proposal for the Duke. I have already told you all this. The Duke praises the artist Fra Pandolf. Here again is a 1 mark question. In fact, there are 2 1 mark questions. The first is, whom is the Duke talking to? And the answer is that the Duke is talking to the silent listener, the ambassador who has brought a marriage proposal. What is the Duke showing to the ambassador? The Duke is showing the picture of his last wife, the last Duchess. By whom was this picture painted? This picture was painted by the artist Fra Pandolf, and the Duke is very fond of good artistic paintings, so he is praising Fra Pandolf for making a realistic and beautiful painting of his wife, the Duchess. However, he speaks in a very critical or a derogatory way about his wife. What is the information that the ambassador or we as readers get about the Duke and his wife? We find that the Duke is not talking in a very respectful tone about his wife. In fact, he blames her for being unfaithful, frivolous, stubborn, and daring to be independent. So, this is how the Duke describes his wife. Now, when we continue the summary further, we will find that as the poem proceeds in the second and the third stanza, we will find that in the poem, the Duke emphasizes that his wife's loving glances were not only for him. This is a constant complaint of the Duke in the course of the poem, that his wife was always smiling, she was blushing and happy with whatever people gave or said to her, and the Duke did not like this. So, he says that being her husband, he was not the only person who received her smiles and her blushes, but it was any and everybody whom she gave her smiles and blushes. He says that she was too easily impressed and shared the same blushes and smiles with other people of low social status. When I say low social status, it should occur to you that the Duke was very conscious of his high status. Next, he says that he felt insulted by her behavior because for the Duchess, a small gift by others was as important as the gift of the 900-year-old family name and status. So, for the Duchess, she could not differentiate, according to the Duke, she could not differentiate between a small gift and a name, a family name of some 900 years. So, this is again a very big complaint of the Duke against his wife. The Duke felt this beneath his dignity. And he gave commands to stop her smiles. So, it is again suggested, not directly said, but he says that he was very upset by this constant smiling of the Duchess, and he ordered that all smiles should be stopped. And we can conclude that perhaps he murdered her or got her killed by somebody. Now, after finishing his story, the Duke leads the ambassador who had brought a new marriage proposal out of the hall. After showing the picture in his art gallery, picture of his last Duchess in the art gallery, now the Duke tells the ambassador that let us go out and sit in the living room. So while he takes the ambassador back to the living room of his house, of his mansion, of his palace, he keeps talking to the ambassador, and during this conversation he indirectly hints that his new wife will also be treated similarly. Again, we can judge a lot about the character of the Duke from here. He wants to have full control over the women, over his wife, and he says that he will accept this marriage condition, this marriage proposal, on the condition that his new wife, the daughter of the Count, will be disciplined and will be obedient and not disobedient like the last Duchess. Or she will also be treated similarly if she is disobedient, and that he expected, because he is the Duke, he expected a high dowry in the marriage. And if the Count is unable to supply this dowry, perhaps he may not accept the marriage proposal at all. So, with this is the summary that I gave you. I gave you certain features of a dramatic monologue. These will help you answer your 5-mark questions, and in my next video we shall discuss the themes and the character of the Duke in my last Duchess. Thank you.